Doodah Dave coming at you with some Christmas, end of the year 2025 best of albums. 10 big ones. Most of them reissues, some are OGs. So let's get to it, shall we? I've had a video block. It's been really hard to get back on here. I don't know why. I was going to do 1979, and I talked to the wife, and he said, wife, what should I do? Should I do the best of for 2025, or, should I do 1979? She said, nah, do the new stuff. So here's the new stuff coming at you. All right. Hot off the presses. John Coltrane. Let's start with some jazz. A Love Supreme. One of the greatest albums ever made, in my opinion. 1965 on the Impulse label. This is a really cool press. I got this at Newbury Comics, which is one of my local record stores. I know it's a chain, but still a cool chain. It's orange Impulse. Cool, right? So it's a reish, but it sounds really, really good. Really, really good. Really, really good. You got Bob Thiel producing. You got Rudy Van Gelder. It's smoking. It's a smoking, hot, good album. Love it, love it. So Love Supreme with, everybody knows, with McCoy Tyner on piano. If you don't know, Jimmy Garrison on bass and Elvin Jones on drums. Just fantastic. It's a gatefold too. Some of the Love Supremes. I don't know if the original was a gatefold or not, but I've seen some, I believe, that aren't, but this is with the poem and the picture, and then the photograph of John on the back, which I believe is a Jim Marshall photo. I believe I have to double check that. And John got clean from all of his addictions, and just got very spiritual, and went for it. A77. It look. This is stereo. Okay, it's just, I wonder if this is mono or stereo, but it sounds fantastic. And the second side, it's in 4 suites. The second side begins with an Elvin Jones drum solo, and then Jimmy Garrison does a solo, and of course, Train solos all over it. Love Supreme, the great John Coltrane. All right, number 2. These have been on my list and things I wanted for a long period of time. The first Pink Floyd album, Piper at the Gates of Dawn, the one with Syd Barrett before Dave Gilmour joined the band. Here's the back, really cool back, psychedelic, 1967, the height of psychedelia, and we all know what happened to poor Syd. This is a reissue. Columbia reissued this. It was originally on the Harvest. It sounds fantastic. I have to tell you guys something. I've been listening for 4 or 5 years about soundstage. I sat in front of my speakers, my KLH and my JBL, and I actually heard soundstage for the first time with this album. So it's fantastic. It's really, really good. And mastered by James Guthrie, Joel Plant, and Bernie Grudman. The stereo has been produced by the most modern techniques of processing and manufacture and conforms to the highest possible standards. It will sound even better when reproduced on stereo equipment. We recommend this record be kept clean and dust-free, so I'm doing my best to do that. Syd Barrett, Roger Waters, Richard Wright, Nick Mason, Pink Floyd debut. Speaking of debuts, we've got the debut from another one that I've been really wanting to get, King Crimson, In the Court of the Crimson King, an observation by King Crimson, the great artwork. This is the 21st Century Schizoid Fan, and this is the Crimson King, according to the people who did the artwork on it. Fantastic lineup. You got Greg Lake on the vocals. You've got Bill Bruford, Greg Lake from Emerson, Lake and Palmer. You've got Bill Bruford on the drums. You've got the wonderful Robert Fripp, of course, because Crimson was his band. And it's just, this is 69. You've got Ian MacDonald on the reeds, woodwind vibes, keyboards, mellotron, and vocals, and Michael Giles on the drums and percussion vocals. In the Court of the Crimson King. Love that cover. inner. This was, I believe, a 74 press, so it's not original. And it's got the Atlantic green and orange. But this also sounds fantastic. Fantastic. The quiet parts, Epitaph and Moonchild, those other parts besides 21st Century, Schizoid Man, and Court of the Crimson King. Love, love, love this album. My favorite King Crimson album. I want to get more King Crimson on vinyl, and it's a great way to kick it off. All right, so moving right along, we're into 69, right? We have another one that I've wanted to get for a long time. Now, many of these I've listened to. I have a lot of the different cuts. Let It Bleed by the Rolling Stones. One of my favorite things to see in a liner note. This record, can you see that? Made to be played loud. And I just want to read to you some of the people that play on this album besides the Rolling Stones, and of course, this Brian Jones was on this. Not on as many tracks as Between the Buttons, which was the one before Beggar's Banquet. This followed up Beggar's Banquet, and this was, of course, the Gimme Shelter film, the Gimme Shelter tour, the Altamont, and all that. Some of the side people on this, right? Jimmy Miller on percussion, Nicky Hopkins on piano, Ry Cooder on mandolin on Love in Vain, Byron Berlin on fiddle, who has played with a country fiddler, played with the Flying Burrito Brothers and Graham Parsons. Leon Russell and Nicky Hopkins on Live With Me. Great, great song. Horns arranged by Leon Russell. Ian Stewart, who had went on to do a lot of the keyboards with the Stones around this time. And the rest, Hopkins again, Brian Jones on a Midnight Rambler, and you got the Silver. There's a lot of acoustic on here. Love in Vain is acoustic. You got the Silver is acoustic. Keith gets to shine on those two. A Monkey Man is a fantastic song. I love the way it's used in the Scorsese films. I believe he used it in Goodfellas, as well as Gimme Shelter. And then You Can't Always Get What You Want. Of course, Al Cooper playing piano, French horn, and organ. We know Al had never sat down at keyboards before, like a Rolling Stone. With Bob Dylan got him started with that. And choral arrangement with Jack Nitzsche. Glenn Johns was your producer. Bruce Botnick of Doors fame, engineer. So it's all-star cast. And I'll show you the back of it. This is an OG. I think around 69. I don't know if it's first, but it's American. Here, I have it right here. It's on London. I wrote down in my notes that it's Decca, but it was actually London. Okay, moving right along. That was 69. I did these, not the dates of the dates the albums were released, the original albums were released. You get me, right? Okay. Not to be confusing. Sometimes I talk and confuse myself. All right. Little Feat, Sailing Shoes, their second. This is a great, great reissue. They've done a bunch of them this year. They did last record album, which was 75. Mazzy, shout out to him, did a nice review of that. This is the inside. A lot of nice picture of Lowell there on the back. And it's got the band there. This was the original band with Roy Estrada on bass, Richie Hayward on drums, and Billy Payne on the keys, and Lowell on vocals and guitar, of course. The great, almost said Van Dyke Parks. Who am I trying to say? Neon Park, another park, right? they all knew each other, the Parks. And this is based on a French painting I found out. And it's got like the snail and the cake and all that good stuff. There's a third album. So there's the original album, Sailing Shoes, the second Little Feat album. Lowell George spinning off from Mothers of Invention. It has outtakes of a lot of that stuff. Some of the stuff that was on the Hot Cakes and Outtakes, I think it was called, box set, which I have on CD. And then the third record is a concert from the theater. Oh, I don't remember the theater in LA. I want to say the Pantages. Palladium in LA, August 28th, 1971. So they were touring the first album, Tripeface Boogie, which is on this album, Willin', Cat Fever, Strawberry Flats from the first Got No Shadow. So they play Snakes on Everything, which was from the first album, Hot Rod, Eldorado Slim, and Teenage Nervous Breakdown. So it's produced by Ted Templeman, who went on to work with the Doobie Brothers. Just a great sounding album. Of course, Bobby Weir covered Easy to Slip. Lowell redid Willin' on this. He didn't like the way it sounded on the first album, so he redid it with a little more the band sound. I don't mean his band, Little Feat. I don't mean the band. Well, Little Feat are sometimes compared to the band, and I don't really see that. It's East and West, Oil and Water to me. I love them both. And in fact, the band, I never heard Little Feat cover Dylan or the band, but I've heard the band cover Little Feat. I mean, the other way around. I've heard Little Feat cover the band, especially after Lowell died and stuff. Anyway, we'll talk about that at another time. I digress. This is a really cool booklet that comes with it. I got all the stickers. I learned from my man Tony's LPs Are Us how to save your stickers, your hype stickers. So I got all the stickers from this deluxe edition. I want to shout out to my wife and shout out to Dylan and Sherry's. We have a new party place in White Plains. If you're looking to book a party and you're in Westchester, please look up Dylan and Sherry's. And she just did Dylan and Sherry's parties. She's putting up all the parties that she's done in the past. This is the nice booklet. I don't know how many pages it is. It's got artwork. It's got the band. It's got notes. It's got photos. It's got black and white. It's got color. It's got Neon Park stuff. It's awesome. Awesome. Really good. And it's got a picture of there is a picture somewhere. I thought I saw a picture of the tape box, because everybody wants a picture of the tape box, but there it is. Tape box, because that's good, for the analog. And this was cut by, oh gosh, so many mastering engineers. Is it in here? Lacquers cut by Bernie Grunman. Thank God for hype stickers, right? Oh, I got so many mastering engineers in my head. Okay, so that is 72 Sailing Shoes, Little Feat, 3 record set, magnificent, with the live album. Moving right along, this I got for Christmas along with the Love Supreme. From big shout out to Stephanie, who is my son Dylan's girlfriend. She got me this. It's fantastic. It's got the embossed authentic. I don't know if you can see that on the side there. And the original artwork, nice cardstock. And this is I got the sticker, a 50th anniversary re-release. Came out last year on neon vinyl. Where is my, here it is. Hot pink neon. Yeah. Woo! Grateful Dead Records. And this is Mars Hotel, 1974. Probably a 5-star album. I would probably give it 5 stars. Just for the first side. Before you even get to Scarlet Begonias, for U.S. Blues, China Doll, and Loose Lucy. Yeah, and then the second side you got Unbroken Chain in there. It is fantastic. It's got Money, which was not Weir Barlow's finest moments. It is a little sexist, no question. Mama, don't please send me down to rob that bank again. Mars Hotel, what do I say? Limited edition, 5,000. So I don't know what number this is. Probably a number somewhere on this I can find, but it's great. And behind me, I don't want to move the camera, but I have this on the wall. Well, I guess I can move the camera a little bit. I'll move it right back. See, there it is on the corner. I have the poster. Okie dokie. Moving right along. Grateful Dead from the Mars Hotel, 1974. 1974 also brought us, also from California, a little bit farther down the coast, Buckingham and Nicks. Now this was probably I was most excited about this. I ordered this from Analog Productions, my first Analog production. Nice thick jacket, beautiful job with the photography, the cover with Stephanie, as she was known back then, and Buckingham, who got hired, we all know the story, by Fleetwood Mac to be their guitarist, and he brought his girlfriend, Stephanie, who became Stevie. And this is just a great, great album. I mean, Crystal, Frozen Love, there's a instrumental Django on here, but from Django, Crying in the Night, everything, Long Distance Winter. It's probably a 4.5-star album, I would say. Kevin Gray cut this one. There's my tape box. Not my tape box, but the original tape box that was cut at wherever it was at Studio City. Oh gosh, where was this cut? Sound City. I knew it was a city in LA. And that's where the Mac, the story is, everybody probably knows the story, but John McVie was in there looking at it for the next Fleetwood Mac album. And I think it was Keith Olsen who did the Grateful Dead's Terrapin Station. I always remember that. And then, of course, did the White Album. I don't think he did Rumors. I think he just did the White Album. I thought he did both, but I think they produced the White Album. They being Fleetwood Mac by that time. Jorge Calderon, it does percussion. Waddy Wachtel, I want to give a shout out. Jim Keltner and Ronnie Tutt. Jim Keltner, of course, played with so many people. John Hyatt, Ry Cooder, etc. Ronnie Tutt was a drummer for Garcia and Elvis. I mean, this is an all-star cast. For a couple of kids just coming up, they did real good. And it sounds magnificent. Really, really good. All right, 1974, Buckingham Nicks, really good one on Rhino and Warner's. Now, I got this one, shout out to my friend Ray, who I met just a couple weeks ago, about a month ago, at a holiday market, and I got, I'd had one record of these, but I didn't have the cover, and I didn't have both of them. Now I have both of them. This is an OG on the Swan Song label. I believe Physical Graffiti, if I'm not mistaken, was their first album on Swan Song. Is either that or Houses. I think we're pretty sure it was the first. So you've got Cashmere, of course, on here, Custard Pie. I mean, In My Time of Dying, Achilles, Last Stand. You've got, and it's really cool. It's got the cutouts. It's got this tenement, which is down in St. Mark's Place, where the Stones also did Waiting for a Friend video. You can play with these and put all these in the windows. And, when the Stones did Some Girls, they kind of took it from this. They were very creative with the graphics. I don't know if this was Hypnosis that did this, but these guys were Package Design, AGI, Mike Dowd, London, Peter Corston. I don't know, but this is really, really good. Eddie Kramer did a lot of the mixing at Electric Ladyland here in New York. They mixed it with Ronnie Lane's mobile studio. They mixed with Rolling Stone's mobile studio. They were, of course, recording at the Headley Grange. So they had, equipment set up over there, overdubs, mixed down. A lot of notes on this. In the light, it's just, so this is more notes on Physical Graffiti. Just a fantastic album. I'd heard how good it was, and I was like, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 Houses. It's great. It's one of their greatest albums, and I see why Page, insisted they do a double album. 1975 also brought in the midst of his divorce and on the heels of his tour with the band, Bob Dylan's Blood on the Tracks. And I'll start with the label on Columbia, red label. This is close to an OG. Somebody clipped my copy, so I got this one. Just great. Lily Rosemary and the Jack of Hearts, probably my favorite song on here. If You See Her, Say Hello. Great song, Shelter from the Storm. You're Gonna Make Me Lonesome When You Go. Idiot Wind. I mean, I'm trying to pick a couple ones besides Tangled Up in Blue and Simple Twist of Fate that we all know and we all hear. So it's sort of talking about Zeppelin 4 and Stairway. It's almost become Bob Dylan's Zeppelin 4. Great album. A lot of pathos, a lot of emotion, a lot of grieving on this album, but hits you like a freight train. So the title, Blood on the Tracks. And last but not least, I was trying to keep this down to 10 minutes and it's gone to 21, but we have Stevie Nicks Belladonna. This was also a re-release, Belladonna with Waddy Wachtel also. So we had 2 Stevie Nicks showings outside of Fleetwood Mac. In 1981, we're up to now, so we jumped from 75 to 81. This had Edge of 17, the big hit, and Stop Dragging My Heart Around with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and Leather and Lace with Don Henley. So this was not her first solo album. I think this was her third, but it was the big one. And you got Roy Bittan from the E Street Band helping out on keys. You've got Billy Payne from Little Feat. See how these all tie together? Waddy Wachtel, again, he was on the other one, Don Henley. Don Felder also helping out on guitar. And all of the Tom Petty's band, the Heartbreakers, they're also, besides Stop Dragging My Heart Around, they're also on... I see Outside the Rain as Mike Campbell, Ben Montench, Stan Lynch, and Don Felder's on the last song, The Highwayman. It's just After the Glitter Fades, great song about her. And this was about, more stuff. I think this was her and Lindsay were probably, there was a lot of tension, you can tell, but it made for, just like Dylan's divorce, it made for great music. And there's Stevie, with the bird on the cover. Belladonna. So that's it. That's my top 10, my new pickups for reissues, basically. They're not new records, I know, but reissues. And I'll come at you. I don't know what the next one we're going to do. Some kind of cool top 10, hopefully before New Year's. Doodah Dave, happy holidays to everybody. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and of course, Happy New Year. A safe and prosperous and healthy 2026. And hope to see you before then. Take care and keep on rocking.